was a violent and extreme act of terrorism on these United States of America. I would like to take a moment to remember the lives lost on that horrific day nearly 15 years ago before we begin. In total, USA Today states that 2,977 lives were lost due to the attack. The attack on the World Trade Center alone took the lives of 2,753 innocent individuals. In my opinion, the overall number of 2,977 is 2,977 too many lives. I often sit and think about who or why somebody would do such a thing like what happened in 2001. We were all young children, and we may not have understood the magnitude of the event at the time. But we are now young adults, just trying to find our place in the world and striving for greatness. This is why I feel that we all need to understand what happened on September 11, 2001. The morning of 9/11/2001. It was a beautiful day. The morning routine for the millions of New Yorkers proceeding as normal. The rush on the sidewalks in the city that never sleeps, and the entertainers playing in the streets, none of which expecting what was going to happen within the hour. CNN gives the chronological order of the times that the attacks happened. 8:45 a.m. American Airlines Flight 11 crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The city stops to witness the smoke bellowing from the tower, never expecting that this was the beginning of one of, if not the worst days in American history, and the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil ever. 9:03 a.m. The second hijacked airliner, United Airlines Flight 175, speeds through the South Tower of the World Trade Center. This is a planned terrorist attack. The thoughts rush through the minds of the millions watching the scene on live television. The city is in panic. The country is in silence. 9:43 a.m. American Airlines Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon. No doubt in anybody's mind that the United States is under attack. 10:05 a.m. The South Tower crumbles to the ground. Debris and smoke everywhere. 10:10 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93, on its way to the White House, according to the head of the CIA, dives into a field in Somerset, Pennsylvania. After being hijacked, the brave passengers on the airline attempted to take back their plane and their freedom. 10:28 a.m. The North Tower collapses from the top down. The amount of casualties piling up. Arguably the most terrifying 103 minutes for U.S. citizens. As I stated previously, nearly 3,000 lives were lost. There is no justification for these vicious attacks. From that day on, many Americans associate the Muslim religion with terrorism. This could not be further from the truth. In fact, a survey given by an Islamic group states that 93% of Muslims do not support the extremist groups in their religion, if they even consider them still a part of their religion. The stereotype that has been used is false. There is no other way to say that. Why do people associate Islam with terrorism? Because a group of terrorists attacked us? This does not give us the right to directly associate the Islamic religion with terrorism. So why am I explaining all of this to you? We were all very young on September 11, 2001. We may not have understood the magnitude of the event, or the damage done due to the event. Why is it important that we understand this day? So history does not repeat itself, and nobody has to go through anything like that again. And so people of Islam do not need to worry about the stereotype. It has been 15 years since this day. Why is there still a stereotype? This is definitely an issue. All Muslims are not terrorists, and many of which cannot stand what happened on 9/11, and they may even have a stronger opinion toward terrorism than non-Muslims. I understand that America was devastated by 9/11. There is no question about that. But blame the attacks on the people that actually did it, not the innocent people that had nothing to do with it. As I've said before, nearly 3,000 people lost their lives directly from the attacks. About 10,000 were injured, according to the History Channel staff. and billions of people across the globe were emotionally affected by the horrific sights and sound of these terrorist attacks. The main goal of the attack was to strike fear into the hearts of the Western world and mainly America. It is not correct to say that this did not affect America. It did scare people, but the best thing that we, as Americans, could have done was go about our lives and not let terrorism take away our happiness and especially our daily freedoms. But we can never forget those people whose lives were tragically lost on that day back in 2001. In conclusion, it is important to understand what happened and never forget the events that took place on 9/11 or the people that lost their lives. Stereotyping is common in this day and age, but let's not forget who actually committed these crimes. I hope that we now all have a better understanding of 9/11, and I hope that we all do the right thing and continue to strive for greatness.